All right, cool. So we got the prompt and everything. So we know that we on. Hey everyone, this is Jada Currency and
Khadijah, aka Squeaky.
Squeaky. And we're starting. We have a video together, and today we're going to be talking about Kevin Samuels and that whole dichotomy that he's helped bring into the mainstream. And we're going to be touching on high value. What does that even mean for and high value for a male and high value for a female? So I guess we can kind of start off. Per Kevin Samuels and his definition of high value, that is a guy that earns six figures.
Right.
He's 6 feet tall at least. He has 6-inch. You know what? What was the other ones? Like it was 666.
Oh man,
the 6 6s or whatever. That's what I heard.
I didn't know he was that advanced with it. Ooh, child.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the gist of the high value definition of a man. What's the high value definition for a female?
I mean, I don't personally know a text definition, but I guess I would say a high value female is one who is strong and independent. She's about her money. She has her house in order, if there's any children there. And she just doesn't have no time for games. Like her tolerance for childish games and things of that nature is just like a zero tolerance. That's how I can imagine a high value female.
Okay, cool. So with high value, it seems like the whole attire that you need to have on is professional. You have to have a suit. It has to be the most expensive shoes. It has to be the most expensive
dates.
Whatever you call this thing that you put in here.
Oh,
what do
the
you call
little pocket
lapel
thing.
Or something? Is that? Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, they know what I'm talking about.
Right.
I don't know if it's lapel. If it's lapel, I gotta give myself a pat
the
on the back.
handkerchief.
So yeah, with suits and stuff. And how do you feel with that? Does that mean high value to you? In a sense, like, what does that mean when you see somebody in a suit?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean to you? Like, how does that help you?
I mean, when I see a guy in a suit, I think like, oh, wow, like I mean, the way he walks anyway, if he got on a suit and he's walking like he about his business, it just shows me that he's confident. But, I mean, in my opinion, it's not going to really matter until I get to know him and what he's talking about. Because there's plenty of men in suits that just talk and don't do. So I've experienced that before.
Okay, cool. So if a guy that comes up to you in urban wear, at the same time that another guy comes up to you in a suit.
Right. So I've been approached by guys in, urban wear. And I don't necessarily turn them down. If anything, when any guy approaches me, I'm looking at his lips. I don't know why. Like I look at a guy's lips and see like, do he smoke or not? Like not to say like always you can tell if somebody smoke, and that's why I just ask like, do you smoke? Yes or no? Because there are people whose lips don't have that smoker's lip who do smoke, and you don't know until you ask. Yeah. But I'm looking at lips. I'm looking at fingernails. I'm looking at your face, like how you're keeping or grooming your face, like acne, all of that. Yeah, I'm looking at the physical, unfortunately. I just am. It's physical attraction. It has to be there. I can't be with someone I'm not physically attracted to. So I look at certain things to see, oh, he seemed clean. He seems clean, but I won't really know until I actually start talking.
Right. So I noticed, like, when you were answering that question, there was a little apprehension behind you saying that you need to be physically attracted to somebody. Yes. It needs to be the physical. Why is it that, everybody doesn't want to seem, I get it. Like, you don't want to seem superficial.
Right.
But in a sense, that's what it is. Like, I mean, it is what it is. You can't control it.
That's
like,
right. That's true.
When you see somebody that's your type, it brings that visual out of you. So, I mean, why is it that we're taught to kind of hate that idea of us?
I think because nobody wants to sound shallow at the end of the day. Like, personally, me, Anyway, so personally, me, right? Personally, me, I don't need a guy who's so-called fine. You know, I just need to be remotely attracted to you. Like, you don't have to be fine. Like, if you're fine, it's a bonus in my eyes, but it's not a set standard. I know some women, it's like, oh, he gotta be fine. He gotta be 6 feet. He got his schlong gotta be schlong, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And sometimes when they put these standards, I feel like it's kind of hindering them from achieving a successful relationship or marriage.
Mm-hmm. Fair point. Fair point. So with the high value deal, do you feel like at the moment in time, with the between the male and female dynamic, is the high value definition of male or female regardless, is it lacking? Or is it just like kind of missing the mark? It's not really hitting everything that it's supposed to do.
I feel like you can date someone who's of high value, but at the end of the day, you want to get to know that person and how they treat you and how they move on their own. Anyway, you know, I've dated a guy who was considered high value for about 2 months, and I mean, child, that man was not romantic. You know, it's like, yeah, the money's nice, but I mean, it's not like he splurged on me because he didn't. He started me with an ice cream date, and that's okay. I'm not picky about dates. I feel like what's more important is the time spent. So I could take a walk for a date. That doesn't really bother me. But you know, I asked him a question one time while we were talking. I said, you know, if you was married, would you retire your wife? And he said no. So it's like he got the money, but he still wants to be like, in a way, like selfish. And I know that's not completely selfish, but it's weird. Like, if you making this money, why wouldn't you want to retire your wife? And like, what if she was like, man, I want to start this business, but you know, I still want to do this job because I don't know. It's like she can't even trust her husband and to ask him for support, like monetarily. And it's like, I don't know, like I feel like in a marriage, first of all, in my opinion, I believe in marriage, but I know at the end of the day, marriage is a business decision. It is. Like, you can't just solely get married based off love. It's gonna fail. It's gonna fail. You need to have all your ducks in a row. It needs to be money, there needs to be love, there needs to be support, family, all of that. So getting married based off money is dangerous, but getting married based off love is dangerous as well. So you want to make sure you have like everything in one if you can. I mean, something's gonna lack, of course, because that's just life. But at least if you're shooting for that, it can be achieved.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, how do you download? So, do you know how to edit stuff?